Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about one of my favorite topics, love, obviously. To give you a bit of context, I do enjoy talking about love and relationships between people, and it's one of those topics that I feel like I could talk about for ages. So I'm gonna do my best and keep this video as clear and simple and to the point as possible, because I know you don't want to spend hours listening to me rambling on about signs and love. So today we're going to talk about your love life, anyone's love life, according to their sign. And to be more specific, I'm not just talking about your sun sign, although if you only know that one, then please do keep on watching. I'm also talking about your rising sign. So if you know both your sun sign and your rising sign, please listen to the parts in which I tackle both. So for instance, I am an Aquarius sun sign, but I'm also a Cancer rising sign. Therefore, I would listen to whatever an astrologer would have to say about both of these signs. So let's jump straight into it. How do we assess someone's love life according to their sign? So there are two houses in astrology in particular that are concerned with a person's partner, romantic partner, life partner, etc. These houses are the fifth house, which I've already made a video about, and you can watch that by going to my houses playlist, and the seventh house, which I haven't tackled just yet. However, in this video, we're only going to refer to the fifth house, because the fifth house is the house of romantic love, whereas the seventh house in astrology is the house of marriage. And guess what? They are not both ruled by the same sign, and they do not equal each other. Therefore, they are treated separately. The fifth house is concerned with romantic crushes, flames, pleasure and love, whereas the seventh house is concerned with marriage, contracts, business, the business side of partnerships between people. Now, if you are an Aries or an Aries rising sign, your fifth house is governed by Leo. What does that mean? First of all, the most obvious thing is that you would be a great match for a Leo, but that is super simplistic, and it's one of those things that people just kind of seem to know, because fire signs gravitate towards fire signs. Therefore, Aries would naturally gravitate towards a Leo. And what it also says about your love life is that you tend to have a very passionate approach towards it. And you have a very warm kind of displaying your affections, and you're very forthcoming when it comes to displaying your affections. However, you also have probably quite a big ego when it comes to romantic affairs, and you want to be made as if you are you want someone. Let me rephrase. Let me speak English, please. Sorry about that, guys. You want the person who you are romantically involved with to make you feel as if you are the only person on the planet. You want it all to be about you. You want the person who you have by your side to be completely dedicated towards you and to raise you up on a pedestal. And you're very likely to do the same thing when it comes to the people and the person that you are attracted to. So when you're in love, you are super into it, you are very romantic, very passionate, and you put all your cards on the table, and you can be very flamboyant in expressing your love. Now, if you are a Taurus, then your fifth house of romantic love is governed by Virgo. So again, Virgo is an earth sign, just like Taurus, and in a very simplistic kind of way, Taurians and Virgos would generally make quite a good couple. They would make quite a conventional couple, I would call it. But having your fifth house ruled by Virgo also tells us that you want your partner and your romantic interest to be very attentive when it comes to your needs. You also don't want your partner to be all over you. You kind of feel a little bit taken aback when it comes to people openly displaying your affections towards you, and you're much more likely to be attracted to the shyer types, the timid ones, the ones that are not necessarily like out there singing about their love for you and bringing mariachis to your window. Oh my gosh, never in any lifetime would a Virgo do that. Now, if you are a Gemini, then your 5th house is ruled by Libra. Therefore, you and Libras would make a fantastic couple, and you're very likely to be attracted to Libras romantically in general. Obviously, in order to assess if someone makes a great couple, we'd have to look at both your charts. But what does it mean in general when it comes to your attitude towards love, to your approach towards love? It means that you're very likely to be attracted to someone who is soft-spoken, to someone who is very good at picking their words, and who is very good at maintaining harmony by bringing discussions and by mediating things whilst they're using their words. You guys are both intellectuals, therefore you're very likely to resonate on a mental level. And last but not least, you are probably very attracted to the fact that Libra does so well in partnerships because they avoid conflicts at all costs, and they want to talk about everything. And you're a good match overall. What can I say? Now, if you're a Cancer, or Cancer rising, because like I said, it's very important that if you know your rising sign, that you listen to both your sun sign and your rising sign. I myself am a Cancer rising sign. Then your 5th house is ruled by Scorpio. What does that mean? First of all, you and Scorpio, obviously, you would make a good match. You're both ruled by water. You're very emotional, very sensitive. You pick up like people's vibes and people's motivations, and you're very intense at the same time. But what it also says about your approach towards love, my dear Cancer, is that you tend to keep your feelings hidden for a long, long period of time, and to keep them away from the person that you're into and from the person that you like. Why is that? Because you're very, very afraid to get hurt. Cancerians are well known for having a soft interior and a hard shell, and that hard shell is also very prominent when it comes to love. I would say Cancers are one of the most likely signs to get obsessed over a person or over a romantic crush, and especially someone from their past. My advice is open up your heart, and if you do sense that intense vibe from the person that you are into, you can also tell if people are like likely to like cheat you. You can also tell if like people are likely to be loyal or not, because that's just the Cancerian way. We are so intuitive that we just know these things, but we're very scared. So what can I say? But Cancer plus Scorpio equals love. Now, if you're a Leo, then your 5th house is ruled by Sagittarius. Obviously, Leo plus Sagittarius would work very well in a romantic arrangement, I would say. But also your approach to love, Leo, is very adventurous. You want to explore things with your lover. You want to try out new things. You want to travel the world with your lover. Through the people that you are into romantically, it's as if you discover different sides to life. And you're also very likely to be attracted to foreigners or people from foreign cultures. Or you're very likely to find your love or to have like romantic affairs when you are traveling, just FYI. Now, if you're a Virgo, then your 5th house is ruled by Capricorn. So the most obvious thing that comes out of that is that Capricorns and Virgos generally work well together as a couple. The other thing that is indicated by the fact that your 5th house is ruled by Capricorn is the fact that you are looking for someone who is very down to earth, very traditional, very predictable, I would say, to some extent. So you do not like surprises in your life, especially when it comes to your love life. It can also indicate that you're attracted to partners who are either more experienced or who are a little bit like older basically. And you wouldn't really mind if your romantic interest would be in an authority position, in a very high up position, if they literally like had a very high status in society. Now, if you're a Libra, your fifth house is ruled by Aquarius. Therefore, you're likely to gravitate towards each other. Libras and Aquarians, they are pretty much on the same like mental level and intellectual vibe and all that. And they're great talkers, both of them. And they just resonate on a mental level. It's also very likely, Libra, that you're attracted to a type of partner that is very outspoken, sometimes quite radical in their views, because you are the peacemaker, and even though your opinions about a topic or a situation might be a bit more extreme, you're very unlikely to voice them or to like put them out there, because you're afraid this will give birth to conflict. However, Aquarius and someone with like Aquarian traits, or like a partner that you would be interested in, are very like direct and out there and straightforward, and they're not afraid to like voice their quirky, eccentric, radical, rebel opinions, and that kind of like attracts you to them. Just saying. Now, if you are a Scorpio, then your fifth house is ruled by Pisces. So what does that mean? So Scorpio plus Pisces, both water signs, very sensitive, very emotional. They feel pain at a level that not many people feel it. Therefore, that is very likely to draw them together. But also, my dear Scorpio, you're very likely to pick a romantic interest that seems as if they are in need of saving. Or you might feel as if in love you need saving yourself. You might feel as if you are some sort of like victim when it comes to love affairs. Last but not least, you might be very well attracted to the artistic types, the creative types, the bohemian types. Now, if you're a Sagittarius, your fifth house is ruled by Aries, fiery, feisty, out there, always ready for a new adventure, very spontaneous. So Sagittarius plus Aries, again, so much adventure, so much fun, so much love. They all go hand in hand for you, my dear Sagittarius. What you are very likely to appreciate in a potential romantic partner, in a crush, is them being like super single-minded and being ready for anything and like throwing themselves headfirst into things. And in love, in general, you might be actually throwing yourself headfirst into things. And later, all this like passion will like fizzle out. And when I say later, I'm not even talking about a long period of time. It means like quite quickly. So commitment, settling might come quite hard from a romantic perspective. And there might always be people who pique your, if that's the right way to pronounce it, to pique your interest out there, and you seem to be always chasing after someone, but then when you've actually like got them, you might lose interest. So hey, that's not very nice, Sagittarius, if you're doing that, just saying. Capricorn. The fifth house of Capricorn is ruled by Taurus, so you guys would do very well together. You are very much attuned to the earthy, materialistic, sensual side of life. You care about pretty much the same things. And I would say Capricorn usually needs someone romantically to cater to their senses, because there is so much pressure on them and they literally feel it in their body. So they need someone who's like a very attentive and a very focused lover. And Capricorns are very stable when it comes to romantic relationships. They're in for the long run. When they're in, they're long-term relationship partners. They just like want something for the long run that's gonna work and that they can build upon. Now, if you're an Aquarius, then your fifth house is ruled by Gemini. I'm an Aquarius. So Aquarians plus Geminis are very much likely to gravitate towards each other, but what it also means is that Aquarius usually is aroused or is turned on by a great conversation partner, and what they need from, what they actually want from a romantic partner is intellectual stimulation. They also want someone who they can discuss about their like out of the box ideas, and they're also very attracted to partners who seem like youthful and fresh and always on the go and always like in the move and very dynamic. Gemini, in one word. Now, if you're a Pisces, your fifth house is ruled by Cancer. So Pisces plus Cancer, they do work very well together, I have to say. But it's, please bring some fire to the table or some air to the table, because otherwise you might find each other in like quite some dark places emotionally, because you both are very much attuned to the emotions of other people. They can mess up with your own internal balance. What is Pisces looking for in a romantic crush slash interest? Someone who they can resonate with on an emotional level. And someone who is there to listen to them, who understands what they're going through, who is always there supporting them, nurturing them, looking after them, potentially saving them. And they also want stability from a romantic partner. And they're also very likely to get obsessed by their crushes. So both Cancerians and Pisces are very likely to be into a person for a very long period of time, and I'm talking like years, decades, lifetimes. So yeah, guys, please let me know what you think of this video. Let me know if you've got any other questions, and don't forget, if you are interested in any of the astrology services that I offer, I've left a link in the description box down below. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, because more astrology videos are coming. Thank you. Bye.